the Talk Birdie-Tome with former world number 16 Nick O'Hearn and Tour Pro Mark Allen, live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our great partners, Titleist, they're the clear number one ball in golf. FootJoy are the number one shoe and glove in golf. Driving a BMW is like hitting a perfect shot. Smooth, controlled and powerful. Ping, they'll help you play your best. The Golf Clearance Outlet beat everyone's prices. And Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. Now, from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, it's time for Talk Birdie-Tome.
G'day everybody, welcome to the program. We've got a big one to get through. Lots of news this week. Nick, good to see you.
Huge news, as always.
Well, where do we want to start? Do you want to start with the news about St Andrews making changes because they've got the Open in a couple of years, or do you want to start LIV Golf is now Lexi Golf?
Yeah, it is.
So if you don't know what I'm talking about, LIV Golf was 54 holes in Roman numerals, and now there is a big announcement saying that it's now going to be 72 holes from 2026.
There you go. Bigger news though, isn't it the Vic Pro-Am, the PGA?
Oh, that's right.
Come on.
No, what the biggest
we've got to
news-
get that
so
out
before
there.
we get going, the biggest news is that our Victorian PGA ProAm competition, it's not the Wednesday ProAm, it is the Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday ProAm that we're talking about.
Do they play all 4 days, by the way, or just 3?
Well, there might be a
Like
cut.
we're talking about with Liv and the other pod.
Well,
so.
there might be a cut. I'm not sure.
okay.
We'll find out those
Oh, there is a
details.
cut.
There's a cut.
There's
Well,
a cut
there is
for
a
the
cut for the
amateurs.
pros. Is there a cut for the amateurs?
As well. Yep.
Well,
Anyway.
maybe you're playing all 4 days. We'll work that.
We're getting
you're
off
right.
track.
You are right. If you play well, you play all 4 days.
Okay.
It's as simple as that. Like Tim Snow did, who kindly gave us this because Tim Snow is the defending champion. Tim Snow runs FootJoy Golf. That's why we've got the FootJoys right here. What sort of FootJoys are they, Nick?
The Quantum Textiles.
And you've
So
got
look at
how
those
many
beauties.
pairs coming? About 6 pairs on the way.
All right. I ordered one yesterday. I've already got them. I'm going out this afternoon to
So
try
our
'em out.
competition is up and running. All you need to do is take a photo of yourself or a little bit of video as well, swinging the golf club and showing off your FootJoy shoes because we want somebody with FootJoy shoes playing in this particular spot because it's donated by FootJoy. If you're in a state, yes, we're going to bite the bullet. We're flying you down.
Yep.
We're going to find a bed and breakfast for you. We're going to do the whole lot. So if you're in a state, make sure you enter. It'll be a great little holiday for you.
New Zealand?
I think you've got to include New
I
Zealand.
think we've got to include New Zealand.
Jeez.
Come on.
I'm a penny
Gotta
pincher.
You are.
New Zealand as well. But that's it.
We'll dig into the budget.
Nobody else. Just Australia, New Zealand will get you here and you'll be playing in a professional event with some of the best players that we have in this country at the Victorian PGA down at Moona, at the Legends course this year or the Open course?
It's a good question.
Bit of both. I think it's both.
right?
Yeah, I think it's both.
Yeah.
It is both. So get in touch with our socials. Send us a picture of you wearing your FootJoys, making a golf swing. Tell us what your handicap is and where you play, and we'll put you into the draw.
One important criteria, you can't be a pro.
You can't be a pro.
Yes.
You've got to be an amateur
Yep.
because it's a pro.
Exactly.
That is right. Unless you've got your amateur status back.
Don't go there.
We can't
Don't
keep on
go
making
there.
rules on the trot, on the fly, can we?
Colt Nose might fly down.
Well, look, if you may well have missed our mini pod at the start of the week because we did talk about LIV Golf, which is pretty much the big news as we sit here today, that the 54-hole experiment is now moving to 72 holes. Nick, I think they're doing it to make Trevor Immelman's job, who Trevor Immelman now sits on the committee, I think he chairs the committee at the World Golf Rankings, to make his job impossible. I think they are desperate for world ranking points.
It would be impossible if they take up your suggestion of, given it's 54 for the team, 72 for the individual, making a third round cut
Yeah, that's right.
for the final day.
Well, so look, if you've
Then
read
it
the
would be
news
impossible.
and you don't know, if you didn't listen to our other pod, I suggest that they should still call it LIV Golf, but the team event is over 54 holes. And then what we want is every man for themselves on the final day and maybe even a cut because like you were saying just then, the criteria to get world ranking points is 72 holes and there needs to be a cut and, you know, maybe they'll look at the shotgun start and say, well, listen, they've pretty much got everything else.
Yeah.
We'll tick off world ranking points. So
If they change the set list on the music, maybe that might.
just bring the volume down fractionally on the music. But look, I think they'd be mad not to. I think that adds to it. You know, if LIV Golf remained LIV for the team event, they had a cut from, what did I say there? 50 to 30, playing twos on the last day. All of a sudden you got a nice and tight final day.
You could do a nice 1T start then, couldn't you?
1T start on the last day as well. You'd be then you're off and running, and I think that would be sensational. But that's me. That's the way I think. The people who run the show at LIV may not think that's a good idea at all. But look, it's the news of the day, and it will be important to see how they actually do it.
Yeah, no, time will tell. But as they've always said, they adapt, they make changes on the fly as they go, and they can. They can do that because they're their own sort of entity, their own league, and away they go. But
now I'm going to ask you, their finale is a teams event and a very successful
that's
finale.
the one I like. I actually like that event.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. The finale
you could just keep that separate.
Well, that's right. But they said in their release that they are going to make an announcement on the format for what they do in their finale. Now, I would suggest don't do much because it works really, really well. So unless they've got some way of, maybe what they're doing in their tour school where, it's over 4 rounds but people get relegated each day, maybe that's something they could do because I do like the relegation stuff.
Well, they kind of do that anyway because it's a knockout system, the final event, and it's 2 individual matches and a 4-ball or a foursomes that play, and it comes down to the wire. You have these different sections where you can finish. It's not bad already. I like it.
And look, and when Team Ripper won it a couple of years ago, it was big news.
Huge.
And I think it was certainly big news here in Australia. It mightn't have been big news anywhere else. But I think particularly now that a lot of the teams are country-based or seem to be, it's
getting that
from
way.
a region.
The South Africans and the Spaniards.
From a region. Yep. I think that would make a hell of a lot of sense to have that final day, where Team South Africa wins or Team Asia wins or whatever, because it did make big news. I mean, it was on every news service. I watched that night. It was everywhere. Team Ripper was big news.
No, I totally agree. Anyway, the other big news.
Before we get on to the next news, we go into it comprehensively on a TalkBirdietome mini that was released. Dan, it was released on Wednesday this week, wasn't it? Yesterday.
Yeah.
Okay, so go back and have a listen to that if you're keen as we dig
it's on
more
YouTube
into
and
the big
in
news.
audio.
Okay, so there you go. Now, the other big news, Nick, and I saw you squirming in your seat when this one came across, so many changes to St Andrews for the 2027 Open Championship.
Yeah, in a couple of years, they've added 132 more yards to the golf course, bringing it up to close to 7,400 yards. They're adding in extra bunkers, which I quite like. But the issue I think we've got is you're just going to have to keep extending it because the length really isn't going to factor in here. Now, I did a little bit of research and I thought, I wonder how many yards or meters, yards as they talk over there, have they lengthened it over recent years and, all that sort of thing. Now, going from around in the mid-1930s to 1995 when John Daly won his Open Championship, they lengthened the course a total of 90 yards.
Oh, so nothing.
Now, in the last 30 years, they've lengthened it 500 yards.
Rightio.
Okay, so big changes, but has it made a difference? No.
Well, let's go.
Scores are getting better.
Yeah, scores are getting better.
And they could lengthen it another 500. I mean, this golf course could be 8,000 yards, and I don't think it'll make a difference.
I agree.
The problem is, as we know, it's the driver and the ball.
Yep.
I think more the driver than the ball because the ball, look, when they bring that rollback of the ball in that they're talking about in, what is it, a couple of years' time?
Well, I remember a month ago we spoke about this and they're having all kinds of trouble with the ball because it wasn't working incrementally like they had hoped.
Yes. I actually don't think it's going to make that big a difference.
The ball's not, no.
No. It's like when they brought remember they changed the grooves to more V-shaped grooves. Didn't make a difference.
Did not make
the players figure it out.
Difference.
The size of the driver head, that's the one, I think. If you limit that to 280 cc's like the mini drivers we're seeing now, and if they can make the sweet spot a little bit smaller as well on top of that, because you can still make a fairly generous sweet spot, make precision golf what it's all about, then players won't be able to lash at it at 100 and 20, 30 mile an hour that they're going at, creating this 190 ball speed, and then we may see some semblance of, hang on, I actually need to control the shot. Length doesn't become such a factor because they're still hitting wedges and 9 irons
right.
into holes like 9, like take Augusta, for example.
Yep.
You know, they're just smashing it down there and they've lengthened so many holes around there and yet they're still hitting
That's right.
wedges in.
That's right.
It's not going to change.
It's not
because the
gonna change.
players coming through are getting longer and longer.
That's right.
anyway.
So this is what I think that should happen.
Now, before you go on, I'm talking about for pros only. Okay.
Pros, this is right.
Bifurcate the rules.
That's right.
Okay.
So here's the compromise, okay? Because this is what there needs to be. We're at a point now where one
Because I need
team
all
is
the help
not
I
gonna-
can get. By
That's
the way.
right. So in my compromise, you are looked after.
Yes.
All right. So this is what I don't understand with what's happening at the moment is that there doesn't seem to be a compromise between team left and team right. All righty. So the rules of golf, they want to go all the way back. The manufacturers, who are such a big part of this game.
Totally.
All right. So we're sitting here at Titleist headquarters, for instance. You're a ping player. It's a big part of the game to where we don't all use the same equipment. Yeah, we don't all use the same ball. It's the only sport in the whole world where we don't use the same ball. You're free to use whatever hell the ball you like. There needs to be compromise. And I think the only way you can compromise is that for scratch men golfers and the highest level in professional sport, so all professional, in the men's side, until you get to the age of 50, all righty, they are forced to use a driver like Tiger used.
Yep.
Maybe even that one might be a fraction too big, the one that he used in the Tiger Slam driver.
975D.
The 975D.
The one Nico who hit the other day.
And did a great job.
Worked out
He did a great job.
My back was sore after that. I haven't swung righty for a while.
But just like Simon Davey was telling us, the mishits on the 75D were significant and made the ball move a lot less or a lot more for cuts and slices. Yeah. So my compromise will be that men scratch amateurs and men playing professional tours, well, boys, the days of hitting the big driver is over. But here's the compromise, okay? So if you're Mr. Titleist or if you're Mr. Ping or if you're Mr. anybody else, for amateurs and for senior golfers and for women players, we stay where we are.
Yeah, totally.
All right. So the great majority of clubs that are bought, they're all for amateur players. So Titleist, everybody else, you're not going to miss out. You're not going to miss out on one bit of profit, basically, because the amount of players we're talking about who we will force to use a smaller head driver, what is it? 1% of 1%?
Yeah, exactly.
0.1% of the world of people playing golf
at the most
who play in scratch events, who are men. So I think it's just such an easy thing to do. And that way
you won't have to put tees out of bounds on the old course at St Andrews for the Open Championship.
That is exactly
There's
right.
like 6 tees now, I think, 5 or 6.
Why don't we go through, because some of the people wouldn't have seen these changes. So why don't we go through some of the changes?
Do it.
And I want to get your opinion. I'll read them out, Nicholas. And I want you to tell me what you think, because you played this golf course a hell of a lot
Many
more than
times.
Me. All right, so on the second hole, there's going to be 2 new bunkers added to the landing area, and they are on the right-hand side.
Okay,
Yes or no?
Yes, I like that because, there are plenty of bunkers up the left. So a lot of the players just kind of smash it off those and cut it a bit. So, but yeah, I like that.
Okay.
That tightens it up a little.
That second hole, by the way, got a few nominations for the most unique greens that you didn't put in on your top 5.
2 and it's a double green with 16. It is very unique. There's a huge big swale through the middle of it.
Okay. On the 5th hole, par 5, T moved back to make it 605 yards. Well, they moved it 10 yards.
Maybe 20. I don't know what it is, but it, again, won't make a difference.
Won't make a difference. No. The 7th tee moved back 22 yards. Is the 7th the par 3?
No, it's par 4. Shortish par 4. Again, no big deal.
They only got 2 par 5s and 2 par 3s, right?
Because typically 7, you never hit driver off anyway. You're hitting a 3-wood or an iron, and now it won't matter.
Okay, 10th hole, tee moved back 29 yards. That's a good hoik.
That's the par 3. So
that's
2 more clubs in. So players, I mean, if it's into the wind, they could be hitting 3 irons in there. If it's downwind, well, it'll be more 7 or 8
It's not
irons.
a very deep green the way I remember.
No, it's
it.
shallow.
It's a shallow green.
And
Yeah,
they've got
so
the bunker at the front where Bobby Jones couldn't get out of it from memory. So it's a cracking par 3. It really is.
Hello to the Bobby Jones family. The ninth hole, fairway bunkers recontoured. So
Par 4, which is a drivable par 4.
Yeah.
But I love that ninth hole because it really tests you out. You got to thread it up the left typically. I mean, downwind, they're going to reach no matter what. So,
and I can say that the bunkers they've recontoured, the ones right in the middle of the
fairway.
Yeah.
Splits 10 and 9. Yeah.
Back to the 10th, a new bunker 60 yards short of the green.
Okay.
I think
they're
the
lengthening. Well, they're lengthening.
That's the ninth. That's a typo. 60 a new bunker 60 yards short of the green.
When you said 10 earlier, I thought that was the par 3. That's the par 4. So let me just stand corrected. 11's the par 3. Sorry.
Yeah, well, this is all over the place by the looks of it. The 11th hole, tee moved back 21 yards.
That's
will
what I
now
thought.
play 195 yards. This is the hole you're talking about.
That's what I was talking about before. Yep.
Yeah.
And so before you said the 10th is moving back 20 as well, which is a good thing. I don't mind that at all.
Move back 29 yards.
Yeah. No, that is a good thing because that's a pretty tricky drive if you get it into the wind.
And when I said the ninth fairway bunkers recontoured, I'm not sure that's right either. Just where all these arrows are going. Now the 6th.
6.
Back to the 6th.
Back to the 6th. You're on in loops here.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just following it.
Par 4, there's I think there's an alleyway up the right. They used to call Hogan's Alley a bit like they did at Carnoustie.
Now there's a new fairway bunker, Nick.
On the left or up the right?
Looks like it's on the left to me.
Because a lot of players, what they do on there is they just smash it way left and there's no trouble out there. So now...
And the angle's no big deal with the lob wedge.
I like that because now they've got to worry about the bunker out there. And the thing about links golf bunkers is they play much bigger than what they are because the ball kind of gets sucked in, right? Because they have these little slopes running into the bunkers. So, that'll make it a good drive.
The 12th, fairway bunkers have been recontoured. That's no big deal.
Short par
done.
4. Yeah, good hole. Mm-hmm.
16th. Now, this is interesting. They've moved the tee back, another tee that goes out of bounds. I think it was already out of bounds.
Okay. 16? No, not 16.
Well, which one was out of bounds?
17.
17. 17's out of bounds.
And a couple others.
Yeah. So the tee's been moved back on 16, but also a fairway has been reclaimed left of the left-hand bunkers.
Yep.
So what they're trying to do, they're trying to push you
to the
drive
left.
it left, so you've got a rotten angle coming into 16.
Yeah, because 16 has what's called the principal's nose, bunkers in the middle of the fairway type thing. And if you go up the right, you've got the out of bounds right.
Yep.
What players have been doing is they've just been smashing the ball over those bunkers into the rough up the left-hand side, having a wedge in. It's not that big a deal.
It's not that big a deal.
I mean, ideally what I thought they could do is either move more bunkers further down or they need to grow that rough up and then have fairway left so that players just play left and then they have a longer shot in but off the fairway and it's a pretty tricky shot from over there. So it's how it was meant to be played. Otherwise, you just lay it up short right, up the right-hand side, and then you got a good angle, but you're much further back. So I like that.
Yeah. And this one, I was surprised when I heard it, but when it was explained to me, I wasn't so surprised. The road hole bunker lip has been lowered.
Oh.
So apparently there's so many people go in there and hit shots that because sand is splashed outside, the lip raises. So a lot of people who play the golf course, if you don't know, folks, they might have played it perfectly and knocked it onto the front right side, but what they do is they putt out and then they go in the road hole bunker
and have
just to experience the road hole bunker.
I've been in there a few times, accidentally. Plenty of times in the practice rounds.
Okay, so, not that many changes to the course in reality. Basically just some rough removed to force players.
Adding some bunkers.
Added a few bunkers.
I like that.
Which people seem to think is okay as I've been reading along. People who know the golf course much better than I do, and you're one of them. And that's about it.
And then 130 extra yards, which in the big scheme of things, I don't think makes that big a deal.
And the winning score will still be 25 under par.
Depends on the weather.
Depends
on the weather. The thing they can, because the greens are so big, they do have a defense where they can put pins in like 4 off the left, which is so far left that it's so hard to get to. So they can tuck pins there very comfortably. The other thing they can do there, which probably makes scoring a little less conducive, is slow the greens up. Because they like to have slow greens around there sometimes because a lot of pros don't like putting on slow greens. They're used to 12, 13 on the stimp. When you put it down to 9 or 10, all of a sudden it's hard to get to the balls of the hole.
Yeah.
So,
And tell me this, Nick, the year that I was there, they only had the rough kind of on the right-hand side too. They didn't have rough on
Nothing
the
in
left
the
hand.
middle.
What's that?
Well, nothing in the middle
Yeah,
of the
that's
golf
right.
course because the way
The way it's configured.
Yeah, the front nine, the rough's all on the right, and you got fairway bunkers a lot of the time on the left side, which is in the middle, and you've got 2 fairways. And then on the back nine, it's out of bounds right,
That's right.
and then rough left.
Yeah.
Sorry, no rough
No
left.
rough
It's just bunkers
That's
left.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. But so always the trouble seems to be on the right
Yes,
on most of the holes.
which is why I loved it because I'm a left-hander. I love having trouble on the right
yeah.
because I can just hit it left, and I'm happy with that.
So all right. So tell me this: all the changes are great. We'd love to see the winning score to be 14 under par.
Anything
given
under 15 would be
all
nice.
things being equal. Yeah, all things being equal. So a little bit tougher. But is there anything else they could do that you can think of besides adding length,
Not really.
or besides going back to the driver and making it a little bit harder?
Well, that's the obvious choice.
Just making the sweet spot smaller.
Smaller. Yeah.
If you
No.
make the sweet spot smaller
Yep.
for these particular players, the 1% of the 1%, maybe even of the 1%, 0.01% of people who play the game,
Well, it's going to protect the great golf
it's
courses.
going to protect
Now,
them.
you know, everyone talks about the similarities between golf and baseball. Baseball, they're not making,
That's right.
Fenway Park bigger,
No.
are they? They've
No.
just kept the wooden bats.
Yeah.
They are throwing the ball incredibly fast now. And
Did you say Otani, what he was doing?
show how Otani?
Oh,
they
my God.
just won the World Series. Yeah.
Yeah.
Although he lost
a
his
freak.
game, didn't he? Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but he's a freak. Yeah.
He's a freak.
Yep.
He's a freak. And you're right about, when we're talking about Royal Melbourne and you're talking about,
Well, at the end of the year, the Australian Open would be a great case in point.
I spoke to Trevor Herden, who runs it, and he's responsible for the course layout. The second hole, so the way they've done it this day, so the first hole is 1
Just
west,
go,
second hole is 2 west.
2 west. Okay.
That's
It's
gonna
be
be
par 4. Yeah.
this year.
It usually is for the pros.
Yeah, that's right. But that only leaves them with 2 par 5s.
But again,
and
that fairway bunker, not in play.
not even close.
Not in play.
I played it in a gale the other week, and I got over without a problem.
Yeah.
In straight into the wind into a gale.
So 12 west will be a par 4 as well,
12 west is always a par 4,
which is normally a par 5 for the
yeah.
members.
And I think that's number what is it? That's number 10 when they play the composite this year. So 12 west.
So it'll be a par 70 or 71. Have they got 3 par 3s or 4 par 3s?
Well, they've only ever got 3 par 3s.
Okay.
So it's going to be a par. So I mean, they're at a point though, because the other one, which is the 4th west, which is one of the most iconic par 5s in the whole world. If you play
4,
as a
5,
member,
6. Yeah, it's so good.
years ago they used to play that as a par 4, but the tee was a long way forward. So I'm talking years and years ago. Then they kept on moving the tee back so that one for these guys is a very simple par 5. But if you make that a par 4, all of a sudden you only got 1 par 5.
Yeah, I know. No, you can't do that.
And I don't
They-
think
they've got a
that
back
doesn't
tee
sit
there now.
well with me.
No, that's a tricky drive. That one, like that one up the hill. You're talking 4 west.
Yeah, 4 west.
Because it's like there's a camber, and if you go left, it just runs left. If you go right, well then you're in the right rough. I like that as a short par 5 for these guys.
Yeah, well, especially with they put the tees so far back.
It's a long way back now.
It is so far
You and I
back.
probably can't get over the fairway bunker anymore from back there.
From way back there, you and I we'd need a little tailwind.
Yeah.
It's a small tailwind.
We got to thread it up the right, or would you go left? I mean, I don't know.
It's funny, whenever I play there, quite often I'm playing there in corporate days.
You walk off the green straight to the right,
That's it.
but now you walk off the green, you got to go way back.
Way back if
For
you're
these
playing.
guys,
But the people I play with in these corporate days, they can't carry it. They've got to go left or right.
I know, yeah.
And it's a tiny gap for them, and then they can't play. But your point, the whole reason we started this Royal Melbourne thing is because the Australian Open is coming up, and you're exactly right. There is no more room for any hole to go back. I mean, the first hole you can't put it into the pro shop.
No.
The second hole, second west, they're actually moving it forward because it's kind of in play for the 17th of the composite if they went further back.
They
You'd
went
be on
further
the
back.
fairway.
Yeah.
So that one can't go back. The first of the East can't go back. The second of the East probably could go back, but what's the use? It's a better hole from where it is.
Can you? Can you go back there? Second east?
Yeah,
You'd be
you
hitting over the green
You
then.
could do something silly
Okay.
and put it back near the hole, the 8th hole of the West. You can put it back there somewhere. I don't know. You'd have to do something silly to do it. So I don't think he can do it.
Mm.
Like they've all been extended as far as we can go. And
Just
that's
about.
the whole point.
Yeah.
These beautiful old golf courses that we are desperate to stay relevant.
In
Well, they've
20
got no more land.
In 20 years, I don't know what Augusta is yardage-wise at the moment,
Yeah.
but you could see Augusta, the way they change things, it could be close to 8,000 yards.
Yeah, it's crazy.
And they'll still be hitting short
That's right.
irons in probably.
And Augusta, they are one of the biggest voices for making the change just for these reasons, because they can't buy any more land from Augusta Country Club.
Yeah.
Well, they probably can, but
Well,
they don't want to. It's too far. It's too much.
The fifth hole at Augusta, the par 4,
Yeah, up the hill and around.
they moved the tee way back there to stop players.
Yeah,
And Rory still hit 9-iron in.
yeah, that's
So,
right.
hello?
That's right.
Yeah.
Even the second hole, there's nowhere for it to go back. So now they're just tucking it in. So you've got to shape it around.
Shape it around. Mm.
But even so, it doesn't matter for these guys. A lot of them are just getting the 3-wood out and it's shaping hitting a big swooping draw with their 3-wood. It still gets halfway down the hill. So
Anyway,
I think that, I don't think we've had this conversation too often on this thing, but if there's not the compromise and we're not doing, there's got to be a double act. One lever won't be enough for men's professional golf. Even amateur, like my touch of class is about amateurs coming up.
oh, good.
on the
Okay,
weekend. I'll
let's
get
get
to
on to
that
some
in a tick.
positive news.
But even for these guys, as far as they hit the ball,
Yeah.
one lever is not enough. If you just do the ball or if you just do the driver.
I'd rather them just do the driver than the ball. I don't think the ball's going to.
Well, I think if they do both, it'll help.
They need to do.
They need to do both. One lever's not enough. They need to do both.
Anyway. Touch of class. Go
guys,
on.
can we move on?
Touch of class.
Driving a BMW is like hitting the perfect shot.
Well, that is pure magic.
I saw your BMW in the car park. The midnight blue is looking magnificent.
It's a fabulous drive, I can tell you now. Yeah, it is a touch of class. And Lee Trevino, he's obviously on that, that touch of class, baby. He did a little, I saw something the other day.
His
I can't
top
remember what
three
it
players.
was. Top 3 players of all time. And he listed.
Hang on, this is not because Gary Player did his top 3 and Gary Player put himself
as
number 3.
third. I love it.
Good on you.
I think he put, it was Nicholas, Snead and Jones with Tiger there or thereabouts in, just touching him or basically.
But what did he say the difference was between Tiger and Nicholas? Because this was interesting.
So he actually said Tiger is the greatest player of all time and Nicholas is the greatest golfer of all time.
So
and I'm thinking, what is he talking about there?
I don't get that.
And he was saying Tiger is the greatest player because he's probably the greatest artist where he can shape shots, hit shots, he has every tool in the bag basically because he's learned that over the years. He's learned short game from Seve. He's learned the long game from various players.
Yep.
Whereas Nicholas was the greatest thinker out on the golf course, the greatest golfer, you would say, to put the ball in a certain position so he could shoot the lowest score and wear everyone else down. So that apparently was the difference that he was talking about. It was a fascinating little clip. It was good.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
That does make sense. Dan, I sent you a card. And this is my touch of class.
Oh, here it is.
So there's my friend Abel Edouard. He
Little bogey on the first.
Yeah, I'll get to that in a second.
Okay.
So if you don't know who this character was, as a young man, he won the New South Wales Amateur. He beat Harrison Crowe in the final. So that was a David and Goliath in itself, young Abel. Anyway, I got to play with Abel and I got to play with another one of our pros at Kingston Heath called Andre Lorte. Now, both these
fine
boys,
young player.
they both played great. Andre shot 3 under par, and it was the worst possible score he could shoot. He did that with a triple. This was on medal day too.
With the triple.
So we're all the way back. He had a triple on the 11th hole. But Abel, who I rate highly as a person, both of them are just beautiful people. All right, both these kids, sensational.
I know
kids.
Andre, I don't know Abel.
Yep, sensational kids. You'd love Abel.
Yeah.
I'd love to get you a game with them both.
Sure.
Actually.
Let's do it.
So you can have a bit of a look. Anyway, the week before, Abel played with Simon Davey, who was on our podcast.
Here.
From the fitter.
Yeah.
And I told Simon, I said, I'm playing with Abel. And he goes, oh, God, I hope he plays better than last week because he played really badly with me. I thought, okay. So we play the first hole. Abel hits this big, dirty pull off the first, takes a drop, hits it way out there. He ended up holing a 20-foot putt for bogey on the first.
Oh, wow.
And I thought, this poor
Gosh.
bugger.
This
I
sounds
don't want to see this.
Sounds like your Adam Scott story from years ago.
And then he ripped off 9 birdies and no bogeys for the rest of the day.
That is some playing.
And shot a 64 on medal day. He won the medal.
With 2 pars on the par 5s. Wow.
Yeah.
Gosh.
Yeah.
So it could have been.
But just beautiful golf. Beautiful. I mean, just the golf he played is class. And to tell you the truth, Andre, the same. I mean, like I said, the 3 under par that Andre shot was the worst possible score that Andre could have shot.
How far past you were they?
When we both hit good drivers, they were both 40 steps past me.
It's about right.
And quite often they were hitting their little, because all these kids have got a stinger these days. Their stinger 3 irons go as far as my driver.
Yeah. It's depressing, isn't it?
It's very, very depressing. So it's not just when we're talking about head size on the driver, it's not just for these guys. So not just for DJ and JT and Rory McIlroy.
It's for the young guys coming through.
It's for these young kids coming through too.
That's why they're able to create all these speed.
Because they're making Kingston Heath obsolete.
Yeah.
And this is the point we're talking about. Golf courses just can't go. We've got not much more distance for these golf clubs to go back.
Well, it's a nice touch of class anyway. So very good.
Not only for the 64, but for the kid that a Bell is, and Andre, they get my touch of class.
There you go. Very good. Very good. Before we go to the break, there was some other big news this past week. The WPGA here in Australia announced their schedule.
It's getting bigger and bigger, isn't it? It's so good for our girls.
I wrote down some of the things that's coming up.
Tell me.
First half of 2026. So they've got 4 of those WebEx Players Series events, which is great.
Huge.
Starts with the one at Royal Fremantle with Minjee and Minwoo hosting it. Then they've got the Vic Open, and then they've got 4 LET co-sanction events in a row, which is awesome. And it starts with the New South Wales
4 LET events.
It starts with the New South Wales Open last week of February. Then it goes to the Australian Women's Classic, then the Australian Open at Kooyonga.
Yeah.
Can't wait. Kooyonga's a great track.
Great
and then
course.
the WPGA Championship is back. Standalone event at Sanctuary Cove on the I think it's on the Palm course. So almost $5 million in total prize money there for those events.
Dolly.
Brilliant.
And this circuit,
Karen Lunn, congratulations. You've done a great job.
That Karen Lunn
And we're going to get her on, by the
is
way.
in charge of. Yeah, let's get her on before the Australian Open and she can pump up some of these people who are playing. But the reason we saw our 4 girls winning last week with Grace and Kiriakou and Hannah and Minjee, a lot of it is to do with the exposure to this sort of stuff.
Absolutely.
To where they're now it's not a Mickey Mouse schedule anymore. It's a serious schedule where these girls are put under a microscope, particularly when they're playing against the men. And the pressure associated with that, and when these girls get in the lead and the cameras are everywhere, it's the sort of golf that they just didn't have access to 10 years ago.
Yeah.
And that's why we're seeing every time, we've got the Ping Global results coming up after the break. Half the time, it's a long list of girls who are doing quite well overseas, and that's because they have benefited from the Karen Lunn schedule here on the WPGA Tour.
Well, mixed in amongst these events as well as a few others, like the New South Wales regional qualifiers, $50,000 events, which is fantastic. Get them playing those 3-4 day events at the same time. So they've done a great job with the schedule.
Well, when you look at what's going on, we'll get to those Ping Globals a little bit later, but the girls are quite often outperforming the boys, and the reason is because of the wonderful schedule that they get to play here in Australia. That's that. I'll give you that one on the 9th green, and I'll see you all on the 10th tee. Okay.
From Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, this is Talk Birdie-Simi. We're here for BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Ping will help you play your best. The golf clearance outlet beat everyone's prices. And Betr is the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. Now, for Titleist, the #1 ball in golf, and FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf, is Nick O'Hearn and Mark Allen.
Okay, Nick, we're about to tee off on the 10th with your top 5.
When the greats bet, they bet with better. Top five.
The top 5 for better. When the greats bet, they bet with better.
Top five.
Top 5 golf holes that have been lengthened for better or for worse.
Oh, okay.
So some are better, some are worse. And there's one that
rack my head.
I'm waiting to see.
Okay.
Waiting to see.
There's
Okay.
a one that there's no.
There's a wait to see.
All right, let's go.
So top 5. My number 5 was actually at the W Open at my home course, Mount Lawley, the 14th hole, which is known as Pump House. My brother, who's the general manager there, he had an idea for a tee. I think it was him anyway. I'm going to put it on him.
Yeah.
About 30 or 40 metres back of where it used to be. Now, this hole used to be one of the easier holes. It's sort of ranked at 10 or 11 or something like that on the handicap. It became the second hardest hole during the W Open.
Oh, that's interesting.
And it played a lot better, I thought. The tee shot is a narrow shoot. It was like, remember the end of the 18th at Augusta
I love
where
a
you
good
got to hit
shoot.
through?
Yeah, I love a shoot.
You got to start your tee shot online there. So that was for the better. I like that.
Mark, I've noticed something.
Yeah.
Mount Lawley gets a disproportionate amount of mentions on this podcast.
No kidding.
Given the size of that golf course.
No kidding. I feel like I should be an honorary member out there.
Hmm.
Well, you know the other course that gets a big mention, it's number 4. Kingston
that?
Heath, your course.
Yeah. Well, not
Now, this one is to be determined whether it's better or worse. At the Australian Open next year, I'm hearing they're going to put a new tee on the 11th,
right.
the par 4.
Yeah, they are.
So as you walk off the 9th green,
Yeah.
there's going to be a tee just to the right. So
That's
you
it.
hit across the short 10th. Is
Yeah,
that
you
right?
hit across the 10th
Yeah,
fairway.
that's what I'm hearing.
No, it's
So
there.
how
It's going to
much
be
will
done.
that lengthen the hole, do you think?
60 yards.
Really?
Yeah,
That
60
much?
steps. So
Okay.
it's interesting.
So I'm not saying this is better or worse. I'm just saying wait and see.
Well, the 11th hole was number 2, was the second
It's a hard-
hardest
it's a
hole
hard hole
at
already.
last year's Australian Open.
Mm.
And they've said, well, let's go back. So I'm very much with you.
Okay.
It
I'll
is a wait and
see.
see to see if it was better or not.
That's number 4. Number 3, this I think could go one or two ways. It's probably better. The 17th hole at St Andrews, the road hole. They moved it back across, which
They've moved it out of bounds.
it hates me. It irks me that they've got to
Yeah.
go back, but they almost have to because players are just bombing it so far on that hole that, they've got to just keep moving it
well,
back.
the driver has become so easy to hit.
If they keep going further back, they might hit Carnoustie or something like that, and they'll play off one of their holes.
I think they've done the right thing. I think it plays better.
Yeah.
Yep.
Staying at the same course, I think this one is for the better. My number 2 is the 11th hole, the
Yes,
new tee
no
on the
doubt.
par 3. That'll
That's
be
the first one I thought of.
Playing close to 200 yards. I think guys will be hitting 5-6 irons in there and maybe 3 iron when it's into the wind. So I like that change.
They were hitting 8 and 9 irons to that hole.
This has actually become a best for the best. I don't think I've got a worst on here. I just sort of thought of it. But anyway, my number 1, for me, for me, it's a lot worse. But I think for the guys that are playing it at the Masters, the 13th hole, for those players, it's become a much better hole because now, you know what they're doing? They're having to do what I used to have to do, hit long irons and fairway woods into the 13th hole because I was a short hitter. That hole was so tough for me. Now that they've lengthened it and I don't play there anymore, now they're hitting the same clubs that I hit in. So I like that change, the 13th hole at Augusta.
It's funny, that hole has changed
That's my
so
number
much.
1.
Yeah, it's a good one. That hole has changed so much. I remember in the 86 Masters when the tee was just kind of a right-hand turn.
They
from
almost
the
just
12th.
walked straight off the 12th.
That's
didn't
right.
they?
They used to walk over there. I remember seeing Jack Nicklaus hit a 6-iron to it. He actually drew it around the corner. Seve was way around. Tom Watson had like a 7-iron in to
Well,
that
got
hole.
longer clubs in now. So.
And then they moved the tee back. But when the wooden driver was, went like the dodo, I'd say 10 years ago, they hitting 3-wood, just hitting big draws with their 3-wood
slinging 3-woods.
and hitting 8 and 9 irons
know,
in.
yeah.
So it was ridiculous.
Yeah, it was. And then they brought I think they might have even put an extra couple of limbs on the left side on the tee box, right? So they couldn't go over the trees
Yeah, that's
anymore.
right.
They actually had to shape one. So
That's right.
they think of everything around there. So anyway,
that's
that's
brilliant.
this week's top 5.
Very, very good.
Well, those are the top 5 for better. Get ahead of the game. All right. Ready for a bit of feedback, boys?
Yes, please.
Talk birdie feedback. Thanks to Southern Golf Club.
So lots of feedback this week on the conversation. And I think I have to say this quietly on the yips conversation.
Yes, you do have to
From-
say.
That was a fun pod, that one.
It was a fun pod. We actually had somebody accuse us of swearing by using the Y word.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm.
That's true.
Yeah.
I wonder if my man Jerry Huss, whether it touched
Well.
base with him. Don't
Well,
tell me.
No. I haven't heard from Jerry, but I have had feedback on Jerry.
Okay.
Some good and one whack.
Okay.
On Jerry.
Go for
No,
it.
on someone else. How about we start with a whack?
Yeah, go
Sure.
on.
Jared, Mark, it's very sad that you got the giggles for Jerry Haas. You should have had more control of yourself.
It's true. It is true. It's horrible though. You don't know.
You don't know whether to laugh or cry.
It's
You
one of
gotta do
those
one or the other.
situations where you don't know what to do as a fellow professional.
I think I solved some of the yips a couple of days ago. I was up at Cathedral doing a little outing up there, and one of the guys, before he even went out, everyone was talking about his putting, saying, this guy, you got to help him. I mean, he 4 putts from 5 feet. I'm not going to name his name other than his name is Dave. I'll just say that. And
What was Dave doing?
Dave, I never saw it. Okay, because I said to him, you're not going to go out there and putt right-handed, you're going to putt left-handed.
Oh, nice.
We took him out. He putted left-handed from the get-go. No yips, gone.
You're kidding me.
All he's got to do now is just work on his alignment because he doesn't know where he's aiming. So I'm telling you, folks, just switch and the yips are gone.
That's if you've got the full-blown yips.
Full-blown yips.
The swap. Don't even think about trying to beat them. Just swap. I agree. Tick.
So this feedback today, we've got heaps and heaps on a whole bunch of other stuff, but I'm going to make it just yip-centered feedback today. Okay?
I like it.
Dusty, Jerry Haas is the current coach of the Wake Forest University golf team in North Carolina.
I read that somewhere. Yeah.
Guess who's the most famous Wake Forest former collegiate golfer?
Jerry Haas.
Ooh, no. Jay?
Big name in
No,
golf.
Bill? No.
Think umbrella?
Oh, Curtis Strange.
No, keep going.
Curtis Strange?
The one bigger than Curtis.
Really?
Think umbrella.
Umbrella.
Arnold
Palmer was Wake Forest.
Yes.
Wow.
Okay. Gosh, there you go.
All right, here's a comment from the club guy, who I initially thought might be, that club guy, that funny bloke on YouTube.
Yep.
No, it's not him though. I had a look. Okay, the club guy said, I can beat that Jerry Haas story, Mark.
Right.
I used to bring the club back and slightly pause at the top and then downswing. Then one day at a Pro-Am, I was the Am, I couldn't bring the club down. When I did, all my muscles fired randomly rather than sequentially. I was embarrassed, and the more embarrassed and self-conscious I got, the worse it got. I quit golf for 3 years. When I took it up again, I put a loop in the top of my swing a la Jim Furyk.
Nice.
And I was away again.
There you go.
Only needed to do this for one range session, and I thought I was the only dimwit, his word, that this would happen to, until I watched the Pebble Beach Pro-Am and I saw another Am doing the same thing. I felt so bad for him in front of all of those people.
Yeah, there you go. I remember Greg Norman when he was at his best, world number one. He used to have a little mini loop. Remember, he put it on the toe and he would loop it outside and hit it in the centre.
So good.
Oh, he couldn't miss anything.
It's brilliant.
Yep.
So Thomas said, G'day, Nick and Mark. I watched with great interest your discussion about the yips. After 35 years putting right-handed and playing for many years on quite a low handicap, I got a severe case of the yips. Could not sink a short putt to save myself. I made the change.
Made the switch.
I started putting left-handed. I made no grip change. I putt with the backside of a gooseneck a la Bob Charles.
Yeah.
I'm currently a 23 handicapper and I have never, ever felt the yips since that change. Love the program, Tom.
Good on you, Tom.
Beautiful. That's what
You're
I love
onto
to hear.
something here.
I'm telling you,
Oh,
it
who?
changes everything.
You're killing it.
Yeah.
You're changing lives.
I am. I've changed Dave's life. I know that.
Joe, we've got Tony Robbins on this podcast.
Yeah.
You are Tony Robbins of
Mate,
golf, aren't you?
You're just making things happen for people who had no hope.
I'm making yippers great again.
They had no hope in life.
The slogan doesn't quite roll as well.
No,
does
it doesn't roll, does it? No.
All right, this one here from Jeff. You're not alone, Nick. There's a lot more of us than you would think. This is people who swap hands.
Yeah.
I play right-handed, and I was a good putter until about 40 years ago when I got a severe case of the yips. That phrase comes up quite a bit, doesn't it? The cure for me was switching to putting left-handed. Took me about a year to get the speed right.
Yep.
But without switching, I would absolutely have quit golf.
Yep.
The yips eventually spread to short chips, so now I chip left-handed as well.
Well,
Wow.
It's infecting the game. If it gets into your longer clubs, when we get, that's going to be the biggest change. So.
Oh, that's funny.
Well done.
That's funny.
Some more yip comments here? You want a couple
Yeah,
more?
go on.
Go on. Peter, I love it.
Look, they make people smile
yeah.
for all the wrong reasons.
Peter has said, I had the yips once and I was lucky enough to go on a golf trip with Darryl Brown, who convinced me to trick my brain by either using a claw grip or a left-hand low, and I was able to get through it. The irony now, putting is now my most consistent stroke.
Okay.
Beautiful. Well done.
Darryl Brown, is he Richie Green's old coach, Brownie?
Don't know.
Yeah, I think it
Don't
might
know.
be.
Okay.
Yep, I think so.
So, all right, these aren't yip comments, but these are comments on Nico Who's performance
Yeah.
last
Oh, yeah,
week
okay.
in the simulator here at Titleist. Stan, I'm older than Nick, and the fact that you hit it better than me right-handed is very impressive. I think from looking at you, you could play to single figures on your weak side.
Well, I'm off a 10 at the moment. So I just need to, and I haven't played in a year right-handed. So I need
annoying.
to. My short game's great. The long game, it looks good, as in the swing looks good, but it's just a bit all over the shop. I need to hit balls.
Yeah, you just need to hit balls. What about in the bunkers? Are you good right-handed in the bunkers?
No problem at all.
No worries.
No,
Yeah.
no problem.
Well, AB thinks it looks pretty good too. AB said, Nick, your right-handed swing looks awesome. Maybe, this is controversial, maybe even better than your left-handed swing.
Yeah, I actually agree.
I agree
I looked
too.
at the backswing position. I'm thinking, I wish I could get it there left-handed.
And
There's a lot more width.
Aesthetically, it looks
I know.
like more up and down than your old champion, number 16 in the world swing did.
I've just got to get rid of this. I got a big
Yeah, you got a
sway
big
going.
sway,
Yeah,
yeah.
they're all right leg buckles, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Drew has also referred to your left swing. Impressive that, Nick, your righty swing has a similar tempo to your lefty swing.
Yes, that was interesting. I
Really?
agree.
I was going flat out.
No, I agree. I think the tempo was
Okay.
noticeable, that it was the same TikTok as your lefty.
Good.
Couple to finish on here. Barney has said, given Nico Hearn putts right-handed, does Nico Who putt left-handed?
No, that's Nico Hearn would yip left-handed. So I'm Nico hooing my putting.
I think I'm going to have to report this to Golf Australia, actually.
What's that?
I think Nico Who has to go the full Monty. I think he does.
What do you mean?
I think you got to putt right-handed as well.
I do. I already putt
Oh,
right-handed.
that's right.
I already putt right-handed. I just said if I putt left, I yip.
Oh, that's right. Actually,
So there you
no,
go.
it's okay.
No,
That's
yeah.
cool.
Now, there was somebody who wasn't happy with one aspect of it, though, and there's a bit of a whack for you here, Nick.
Okay.
This is from Clinton. Clinton has said, I love these kind of videos. I have a driver from each of these eras. It's very fun and enjoyable hitting them all. It's great to see some numbers and compare them. Titleist headquarters looks great, by the way. My only whack, Nico Who dropped the accent.
Drop the accent.
Yeah, fair call.
I like the Texan.
Well, it did. It fell off at the end.
Changed a lot. It evolved through the
I
course.
started. I said, I'm not even going to do it. I started in a southern accent. I was channeling a few of my friends in Florida.
All right, well, here's our man. We like to call him Nick O'Who. He's a 10 handicapper.
Howdy, partner.
Hey, Nick. Good
Simon.
to meet you.
He's a 10 handicapper. You haven't been playing too much golf. I've noticed on your handicap card, Nick.
Not a lot of golf lately. Not a lot of golf.
I was waiting for some chewing tobacco to
Yeah, I
come
was
out of your back pocket.
Going to spitter.
We might finish on this one. This is from Bradley Hughes. Hugo, your mate, guys.
Hugo.
So this was a comment about your performance. Sorry, Nico Who's performance in the sim. This is why the athlete argument doesn't hold up in discussions about driving distance continually increasing. Of course, with a massive club head and a light club, the swing speed can increase for most people as there's minimal fear of missing it.
Correct.
In the late 90s on the PGA Tour, when heads got even bigger and Pro V came out, I went from 22nd in driving distance to 111th in one season, and that was after picking up 1.5 yards extra distance.
Wow, that's crazy. Isn't
So
it?
he picked up, because it means,
Picked up yardage and dropped 100 and so places.
Yeah. So Hugo, if you don't know, Brad Hughes, he rarely missed the centre of the club face. So the bigger sweet spot
It was a
didn't
big
help him.
disadvantage. So they said the same thing with Tiger
Didn't
as
help
well.
Yeah, that's probably right.
He was disadvantaged with the bigger,
Well, not only
because
that-
everyone came closer to him.
Not only that, when Tiger went away from Titleist clubs, he went to Nike clubs, and it was proven that the Nike clubs were so poor compared to all the other golf clubs. So he actually was winning majors with garbage
With
clubs.
inferior clubs.
Garbage clubs.
Interesting.
Still can't believe he left Titleist.
Got a heap more feedback, guys, but I reckon it's been a it's been a long,
long
one
one.
today. So
Yeah, that'll do. Don't hum along, Nick. For goodness sake.
It's so catchy.
Hey, you know, when we asked people to do the survey, did we survey them about that stupid music or not? Because that would have been unanimous to get
no,
rid of it.
we asked them about the Pink Globals, but not the music as such.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh,
maybe there'll be some feedback.
Well, look, if you've got some better music that you think we should
No,
play,
don't
send it in,
seriously.
please, because I can't listen to that anymore.
Anyway, the Ping Global results. Let's just go with it. The LPGA Tour, they were up in Kuala Lumpur for the Maybach Championship, where The Japanese rookie won for the second time. She becomes the second two-timer this year because remember,
that's right.
They had that streak going. Miyu Yamashita. She won coming from 8 strokes behind and won in a 3-way playoff from our own Hannah Green.
What's she shooting in the
Hannah
last round?
she shot 65 final round.
What did Hannah shoot in the last round?
68, 69, something like that. The person who was the other player in the playoff was Haejin Choi, the Korean. Yep. So she was the third round leader. But Yamashita, she won the AIG Women's Open earlier this year, so that's her second win for the year. Great play by Hannah Green as well. She birdied the final hole to get into the playoff. She's back. She's back on form, especially with that win with the other 3 players in the International Crown the other week.
I think it's her putting too.
And she had a bit of a lull through the middle of the season, was struggling, but great to see Hannah playing well again.
Well, she's got to a point now where if she putts well, she's up the top.
Yeah. She was looking for a 7th LPGA Tour win. She's won 6 times over there. It's impressive. Asian Tour, they had the Hong Kong Open where Tom McKibben, the Northern Irishman, set a tournament record 27 under par, 253 strokes. Isn't that incredible? He had a 7-shot win over American Peter Uihlein, but more importantly, it gets him into the Masters and the Open Championship in a weird serendipitous sort of moment.
Yeah.
In 2011, a 22-year-old Northern Irishman won the Hong Kong Open, and that was Rory McIlroy. And Tom McKibben, 22-year-old Northern Irishman, wins the Hong Kong Open. I think he's in for a good career. So currently on LIV anyway. Best of the Aussies.
Sorry. I watched that tournament because I used to play the Hong Kong Open. I used to go there all the time back in the 90s.
Up in Fanling.
Yeah, that's right. I remember Sevi playing one year. It was good. I remember Sevi playing one year and he was in the practice rounds. And remember Grant Dodd? Grant Dodd's a good
Oh, Dodd's great.
I love Grant Dodd.
Yeah.
He's a funny character. Anyway, Sevi came out and was just walking around the course. And he said to Grant, do you mind if I play some holes with you?
Hello.
Of course, Grant idolised Sevi Ballesteros like we all did.
We all did.
At this age group. Anyway, bang, they've hit off. Bang, Grant's hit off. And then they just watched Sev. And he went through the whole routine and he just smoked this thing right down the middle. Anyway, Grant, his mind is working 1,000,000 miles an hour.
Just trying to figure out what question can I ask.
That's right. So he's got Sevi's ear for, maybe a hole, maybe 2 holes, maybe whatever it is. Anyway, off they go together. They get all the way down to their golf balls and Sevi looks at him and goes, "Hey, Grant, I'm happy to answer all these questions for you, but I think you left your golf bag back at the tee."
Oh, no.
So Grant, in the practice round, didn't have a caddy.
Oh, no.
Didn't have a caddy in the practice round.
Oh, dear.
And he just lost where he was. He lost his mind. So he had to go all the way back to get his golf bag and come back. Anyway, good on you, Grant. It's a funny story. We should get you on to tell that story one day.
That'd be a good one, actually. He's a good storyteller, Dotty. The Aussies who did well there was Matt Jones and Scott Henn, tied for 6th. So they almost had a chance to get into the Masters and the Open as well. And again, TalkBirdieTome's own Austin Truslow, another good week, tied for 12th. So well done, Truslow.
Another bloke who gets a disproportionate
he does,
amount of
and
messages
rightly so, because he's having a good run.
Also because he's a mate of yours.
Exactly, come on.
You and Alana could adopt him, maybe.
Anyway, there's a good story on the Hotel Planner Tour in Mallorca, Spain, where the journeyman James Morrison won the Rolex Grand Final. It was going to be his last tournament ever as a professional golfer, but he won, and now that moves him up to number 6 on the Race to Mallorca.
Wow.
Top 10 gets you a DP World Tour card. So he's back on the DP World Tour. Can you believe that?
Course looked good, Mallorca course.
The other thing was he had his 13-year-old son Finlay on the bag. So how good?
That's
really
very
cool.
nice. Now, before the LIV news, I had that circled as a talking point today. That final.
Mm-hmm.
How many Australian and New Zealand players do you think were in the final?
1. I was going to mention Sam Jones was the lone Australasian. The New Zealander finished tied for 43rd.
How many Australian and New Zealanders are inside the top 100 on the secondary tour in the DP World Tour?
Ooh.
1.
Yeah? 1?
Not many.
Oh, secondary tour.
The secondary tour, not the big tour.
Oh, okay.
So that, to me, I had that penciled in. I was going to go pretty hard.
Well, Hayden Hopewell was over there, but I don't think he's been playing.
He didn't play many events.
Yeah.
There's quite a few of them who played, but didn't play in many events. That's where our boys, in particular, they've got to play this tour because
So what
you've got to get on? You've got to be a top 20 on this tour, and it gets you a DP World Tour card.
So what's changed now? You know how if we have this pathway off our own Challenger PGA Tour of Australasia. So now it's changed because what happened was the top 3 got a DP World Tour card. Number 1, you get great access. Number 2 and 3, they weren't getting many starts.
Right.
So they were going back and forth between DP and Hotel Planner.
Right.
Not a great schedule.
Not
so what
good.
they've done now is number 1, you get the full DP World Tour card. Number 2 and 3, you get full Hotel Planner Tour status, which is a great move because now these players just this season,
this week, this season, fantastic.
So numbers 2 and 3, full card, they can go and plan their whole schedule. Away you go. So it's good.
Okay.
Anyway.
Well, look, that's first step.
Yeah.
What we should have is the top 5 on our tour should get a card on that, and then the West Australian Open becomes a Hotel Planner event in the New South, the
exactly.
Vic, all of our tournaments. That's the next step.
Yep.
Vinchy, if you're listening, that's our next step.
It is. Last event for the Ping Global results, New South Wales Senior Open at the Goona Country Club. All our old mates were playing.
You and I were invited to play it, I'm so glad we didn't. I'm
so busy.
So bad.
What did you shoot against Abel and
I swung it so
Andre
bad, and
okay.
I somehow got around in 75 shots.
Okay, well done.
It wasn't bad the way I was swinging.
That's good.
Well, look out for my masterclass. I'm going to show you something.
Good. Anyway, in the New South Wales Senior Open, Matty Goggin got a one-shot win over Peter Lonard and Leon Trenery. It was a topsy-turvy final day. I didn't see it. I was reading about it, but he did birdie the last hole for a one-shot win.
Oh, wow.
I think he birdied the last couple of holes actually after struggling a little bit through the middle. So you never know with Goggy. It's always a fun watch.
I read the same article, and to say that he's hitting it as well as ever
he's
is
flushing
an
it.
understatement.
Well,
he is a flusher.
They said the shot of the tournament was his approach into the 18th over a tree from 152 metres, 9-iron.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Just
I mean, that's my 7-iron.
Yeah, it's a 7-iron for me too.
Yep. So that is this week's Ping Global result.
Well done, Goggy.
Well, Ping will help you play your best like they have for your entire career, Mr. Nick O'Hearn and Nick O'Who. Masterclass, Mark, we'll come back in a tick and do that. So you got something planned for us?
Yes, I've got some swing vision. Once again, I'd say this from time to time. Selfishly, I want our folks to learn about what I've been doing in my crazy game.
I like it.
So I've got some video to show you, and anyone can see the differences. Anyway, so that's going on.
Okay.
All right. For Watch My Numbers, download from Google Play or the App Store. That's next.
Oh, my word. Titleist GT, a new class of drivers.
Righto, Nick, this week's masterclass, like I said, selfishly, it's about me. Now, remember I played with the two guns, Abel and Andre, on Saturday's medal.
Yep.
I want to show you how I was swinging the club.
Okay.
Dan, just
Let's
let
have a
it go
look. Let's have a
because this was so, I cannot stall and flip anymore.
I reckon you should go to the Royal Melbourne Fair with it and set up that big stall.
No. Yes. Could you show it again, Dan? Just show it one more time.
Show that one again.
Show it one more time.
So for our audio listeners,
and if you could just let it play over and over, Dan.
Explain it for our audio listeners.
So what I'm trying to do here is
watch the hips and the knee, but it's a buckle.
It's a stall through impact. My hips stop, and then my knees buckle, and then the club flips. It is.
It's like that.
Do you have to do that?
Club flips.
The club flips.
I do it as well. Don't worry.
It's a horrifying way to play golf, but luckily I've hit 1,000 balls, and some days I can kind of sneak it around the golf course.
Sclaff it around.
But it's a horrible, horrible way to play.
I know the feeling. Don't worry.
Anyway, those two boys embarrassed me into getting up the next day and trying to solve this little puzzle. Now, remember how I've been using
presetting the hips.
Presetting the hips.
Yes.
So I've found all of a sudden that when my hips are preset, don't play the new one yet. Steve Mann spoke to me about landing closed.
That was a previous masterclass. Yeah.
That's a previous masterclass.
Yes.
So I found that when I was presetting the hips, all of a sudden the landing closed made a hell of a lot more sense.
So it sounds as though you can.
And before you go to it, Dan, then Steve Mann also told me about the feeling of getting to the top of the swing and backing in, like almost tipping over. So then I tried that. So that really does make you land close.
So then you get to your left side a bit better.
So that was my feeling. Look at what it looks like.
Okay, let's
All
see.
right.
Let's see. Oh,
Look at that through
Hello.
the ball.
hello.
Okay, do it one more time then. There is no stall, no nothing, and it feels like, to stay on me down for a tick, like I'm tipping over a reverse weight shift sort of stuff at the top of my swing.
That'd be only something for the irons, not the driver though.
The driver, you don't do it nearly as much.
Yeah.
Nearly as much. Now, look at the back view here. I've never swung it like this in my entire life.
The hips aren't giving it the old way.
There's no wahey. There's no wahey at
Wow,
all. It just goes straight through.
Yeah.
So the masterclass today is quite often it's two things that you need to do with your swing. So if you found something that works in your setup, maybe it's trying to start something else that you might have been coached back. You know, the coach might have said, hey, try this ages ago, but it just didn't work for whatever reason. But if you get that setup right, or if you get a setup, and I know you're doing it too these days, you've found something in your game
I found something
that helps you turn back.
Could be my next masterclass.
All right, well,
I'm not going to give it away.
We're going to get a selfish Nico Hearn selfish one next week.
Yeah.
Anyway, so folks, basically the masterclass is you never stop learning.
No.
You never stop trying.
Yeah.
And quite often you might be embarrassed, like I was on Saturday, into getting serious about your golf game. So thanks to Abel, thanks to Andre. Hopefully I could take that range form onto the course,
Onto the golf
which is
course.
always the hardest thing to do. Anyway, folks, that's it from us. We'll see you next time.
Talk Birdie to Me with Nico Hearn and Mark Allen comes live from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters. And thanks to our fantastic partners. Titleist is the clear #1 ball in golf. FootJoy, the #1 shoe and glove in golf. BMW, luxury and comfort for the 19th hole. Ping, they'll help you play your best. Better, the fastest and easiest betting app in Australia. And the Golf Clearance Outlet, who beat everyone's prices. Wherever you listen or watch, we'd love you to subscribe and maybe leave a review. Talk Birdie Simi's executive producer is Dan Bradley at Kaizen Media, with sound design by Daryl Misson at loudzebra.com. And now from Titleist and FootJoy headquarters, that's been Talk Birdie Simi.